What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast now. I'm Alex, and quick video for you. I want to talk about Silent Hill F yet again, and this continued idea that the game could potentially come out this year. Now, when it was first shown off, or I guess really re-revealed, one of my initial go-tos was, could this be a 2025 game? And since then, we've had things here and there that indicates like it might be possible. It getting rated was one such example. Doesn't have to mean it's coming out this year, but I feel like this is not a game that's 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 years away. Well, one very interesting thing that's popped up, I believe actually over the last 24 hours, this isn't even necessarily a today thing, it was actually verified on Steam Deck. Now, this is, look, I don't actually have a Steam Deck, so I could be a hypocrite here, but I do pay attention to the industry, and, you see a lot of games getting verified or not verified. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is Silent Hill 2 actually not verified on the Steam Deck? But point being, when you're verified, this is also not something that happens a year and a half, 2 years before the game comes out. Last of Us Part 2, I think, was just verified on the Steam Deck like a couple weeks ago, and then it just released. So, again, does it absolutely mean the thing's coming out this year? No, but I just feel that's a really, really good sign. Like, why is it? And you can actually look up, like, what's the criteria, and it's them testing the game. Like, there needs to be at least some sort of part to this game that they can run through a bunch of tests for the Steam Deck and kind of label it, right? Say, okay, well, it's going to have some issues with this, or it's not going to have issues with that. And that's the situation here. Basically, the graphics, like the visuals, there's something that you're going to be able to kind of tinker with. It's not like a one-size-fits-all. And they actually do also warn towards, I think, the font size. The font size might actually be too small, and I don't think that's something that you actually can mess with. But there's like legitimate, almost comments, right? Like, well, this thing might be a problem. This thing isn't going to be a problem, but the thing is verified. Like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna work. And I just feel like that's not something you do if the game's coming out next spring. So I'm gonna really start to double down. I've been thinking it for a little while. Again, we've covered it in videos. I really think it's possible this thing comes out this year. And I know that's weird. I know they just revealed it. We didn't even get like hardcore gameplay, and then to kind of think it's going to come out in like October or November might be crazy, but I just feel like it's going to happen. I think the summer is going to be a real good indicator, right? Because if we see it again with such quick turnaround, okay, then it's more likely. But I don't know. I think there was a retailer, I don't remember where it was in the world, but there was a retailer that gave it a July release date, and that happens. Like, some retailers will just do it for fun, and they're just making it up. So, I try to be fair. Like, I'm not just saying, oh, for sure it's going to happen, but there's already been a few signs of like, why are we messing around with 2025 things if it's not coming out this year? So I personally think if this gets shown Summer Game Fest, in June, maybe it's at the Xbox event, maybe PlayStation does an event. If it's shown off sometime in like June or July, I would not rule out like October, November. It's also possible it's just waiting for GTA. We know that major publishers, several major publishers, are waiting on GTA 6's release date before they give the release date. Now, that could be anybody. Could be EA with Battlefield, could be PlayStation with like Ghost of Yotei, could be Xbox, could be anything. Is Konami one of them? Like, I think it's possible. I think maybe they're just waiting it out, and they'll announce it June, July, August. They'll come out October, November. They'll call it good. We'll see. But I think this is just kind of another sign that this is probably coming out sooner rather than later. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.